If you see this, you were meant to, so stop scrolling and hear me out. We are living in the last days, and there is deception running rampant. And I cannot keep my mouth shut about it anymore.
Hold tight, y'all, because her video is not going to go the way that you think. And also, thank you to Ginger for sending this to me because I had not seen this. I actually really want you to keep watching because I think this video is quite important. I'm going to show you a little bit more of it, and then I want to talk about it, especially about the comments that were left in response to what she has to say.
Always been a Trump follower. I have, loud and proud, was in the MAGA movement since it came down the escalator. I've been to numerous rallies. I have been on an intercessory prayer line for this man, like with other leaders in our country, praying for him every Sunday. And then was also at his inauguration. I was a huge Trump supporter. After Charlie Kirk died, I asked God to reveal to me the true evil in this world. Give me the stomach to handle it, and give me the courage to expose it. I cannot sit back and keep quiet about what the Lord has revealed to me, especially when it comes to this administration. It is pure evil. It is divisive. It is satanic. And the worshiping of this man is idolatry, and Christians are being led to the slaughter. Wake up. Wake up. I'm guilty too, I have to say. So I understand. I understand the love and devotion to Donald Trump. Guys, hear me when I tell you, this man is no good. He is on the Epstein list. He is totally funded, totally compromised by the Israeli government. In the just the rhetoric of this cabinet and the way they are lying to us about the shooter of Charlie Kirk is just absolutely sick.
She goes on to exhort Christian Trumpers to come out from under this and tells them basically that Donald Trump is an evil man, the regime is evil, and that it was Charlie Kirk's death that really woke her up to this, that got her to, pray. And then the Lord revealed to her that Donald Trump is, I don't know, the Antichrist, a false prophet, a golden calf, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I was really floored by this video. Again, thank you, Ginger, for sending it to me. I know that in the last couple of days, I've talked a lot about the backlash effect and how it's really important when the Trump regime does something terrible and awful, that they have to experience a backlash for it, that we have to make it come back and bite them in the butt, that everything they do is an opportunity for us to create backlash. And sometimes it's an entirely unforced error. Sometimes it's something like Trump. There doesn't even have to be any effort on the part of the resistance movement. I think this is what we're seeing here. So many people were really, really scared by the response from the regime, especially at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. The kind of really awful divisive rhetoric that we saw from Trump and his son and other people, Charlie Kirk's widow. And yet we're seeing here in this video, and I have also seen posts from folks on the Book of Faces that echo this sentiment. They really believe that something is suspicious. They don't think Tyler Robinson they think he's a fall guy. They think he's a patsy. And they think they're being lied to by Trump. Now, whether they're believing Candace Owens' version, I don't know. But the folks I've seen on the Book of Faces very much echo what this woman is saying, that they were real deep into the cult of Trump. They really adored him. And the Epstein list was the first big crack. And then what they're being told by the regime about Charlie Kirk's death is the second big crack. I'm fascinated by this. Christian MAGAs are peeling off from him. There's a backlash being created by his own supporters. I know a lot of us who are being targeted by the regime because, maybe we voted for Kamala Harris, or Donald Trump has decided that he's going to frame everybody who was not in sackcloth and ashes over Charlie Kirk as part of the radical left and, domestic terrorists with a T. And that's really scary, right? The whole point is that he's trying to scare you into not standing up against him. The whole point is threats and intimidation and bullying you into silence. So to see the actions of the regime, to see the fallout of Charlie Kirk's death be this response that I really did not anticipate, I think is fascinating. Also, how can we use it? How can the pro-democracy movement use it? Because anything that causes somebody to wake up and realize holy shit, I have been supporting a man who is destroying this country, he's been lying to me, y'all. Anybody who can wake up and have that realization, come on over to the big tent of people who are resisting fascism and are standing for the Constitution. I'm sure we don't agree on anything else, but if we both agree that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy and that he's a liar, we can work with that. That is a starting point. Again, it's not just a couple of boomer white dudes on the Book of Faces, and it's not just this woman. The comments on her video, fascinating. Here's just a few of them. So many people who are like, I'm a Christian, but not a Trump Christian. Welcome to the awakening. This isn't right versus left. We, the people, have more similarities than we have differences. Yes, we've been trying to tell people to wake up to this for years. They all fell for the Q psyop. Liberals and conservatives might not ever see eye to eye, but we can't hate each other. We are all Americans, and we are being played. We've got to start sticking together for all of us. Trump is scared. You are right about Israel controlling him. I know God is in control. I take great comfort in that. The puzzle pieces are coming together. It's time to remember that we only have each other, and politicians or the ultra-wealthy do not care about us. It's time to reach across the aisle and unite. This is our country. Lots of comments that were like, Trump lost my loyalty because of the Epstein files. Besides a lot of people saying that the Epstein files were the final straw for them when it came to Trump, there were a lot of Christians in the comments who said, I walked away from Trump 5 years ago or 2 years ago. I'm going back to reading my Bible and praying for discernment. Like, God told me that Donald Trump was not a good man. I am on Team Jesus. My eyes have been wide open. So happy to see the Lord revealing to his children where our focus should be. Loads of conservative Christians in the comments, y'all. It isn't left or right. It's us versus the elites. Thank you, brave patriot. It takes courage to put truth and values over the narrative you were told. Loads of Bible quotes. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. Lots of references to is Trump the Antichrist or a false prophet? Everyone, left and right, needs to come together and realize they, meaning the regime, don't care about average Americans. Also interesting, several folks in the comments talking about James Tallarico in Texas and Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky, professing Christians who do not stand with Trump, who stand for democracy, dignity, respect for our fellow Americans. Thank you for sharing. As a pastor, I'm glad to see people's eyes being opened. Loads of folks saying we should be worshiping God, not the president, talking about the idolatry of the cult of MAGA. I'm a Christian who voted for Trump too, and I came to the same conclusion as you. Deception at a mass scale right now. The falling away of the church is happening now. As a 3-time Trump voter, I feel exactly the same as you. Sadly, there are many who still keep refusing to see the red flags. The question is, what do we do from here? How do we get the voice out there? So what do y'all think of this? Because I'm really intrigued. Is there potential for a building Christian movement who understands that Donald Trump has led them astray? Because I as a former Christian, I have lost so many friends down the alt-right pipeline, down the QAnon pipeline. They are now fully immersed in the cult of MAGA. Their faith and their behavior bears no representation to the people that I knew and loved prior to 2015 or 2020, depending on who I'm talking about here. But this interests me. This interests me. Can American Christians come back? And I guess I should clarify here, because there's plenty of American Christians, right? The Black church in the U.S., a lot of Catholics who never supported Trump. So white evangelicals in the U.S., can they come back? Is there, I guess, not like a redemption arc for them, but are they going to wake up and realize that we're all Americans and that the Trump regime is trying to divide us? They're trying to pit neighbor against neighbor, family member against family member, that this is the super rich, this is the billionaires, including our billionaire president, trying to dismantle our country and strip away our freedoms, and that we don't actually have to have a fight with our neighbor. That the violent rhetoric that Donald Trump is trying to whip up in response to Charlie Kirk's death, where we now know there is no connection between Tyler Robinson and any group on the political left, we're going to wake up and realize, holy crap, they're using us. They're trying to distract us while they take away our democracy. What do you think, guys? What do you think about this?